Good morning, Disney.
We are here.
Somebody just opened her eyes, so you will see our little buddy in a minute.
If you're watching on the replay, thanks for being here. Team Replay in the chat. We love our Team Replay. It's growing quite a bit. I think more people are actually watching the replay now than watching live. I'm not 100% sure on that, but a couple times that's happened, and that's really exciting for us. And so exciting for us. Thank you guys, Team Replay. In the beginning, we talk to the chat and say hello to people who are here. So if you want to catch us, if you want to catch us live, come on in. 9:15 Central Time, 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Baby and family items.
Yes.
Willing.
Staring at us like, why am I down here?
She's the best. Annie with an O, big Disney fan in the house. Misty with the D in the house. What's going on, my friends? I'm glad you are here. My mom's in the house. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Nana Barb in the house. Nana Barb, did you know there's a hurricane named Nana? Like, what the heck? Like, that would be a 2020 thing, right?
Nana or not?
The hurricane that takes out my town named Nana. Like, that's the sweetest, nicest. Like, how could you be scared of something named Nana? But there's a hurricane named Nana going right at Central America right now. So, Nana Barb, I don't think it's you, but if it is, be nice to our friends in Central America. Sandy Norris is in the house. Tina McNeil in the house. What's going on? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Taylor Made Magic in the house. T. Marie, also a member. Thanks for being here. Hurricane Nana. All right, I think I caught everybody who has said hello. Mara in Memphis in the house. What's going on, my friend? How are you? Thanks for being here. Happy Hump Day to you. Thanks for being a member. You know, this news came out. Was it Friday? It's not new news, and I was actually kind of bummed because it came out. It was, you know, most Disney news happens, and I learned about it the night before the show, and then we decide what we're going to talk about, and I do a thumbnail, and I do the hey Matt, what's up going on, buddy? And this one happened to pop while we were online, or right before we were online, Haunted Mansion movie, and then we had a day where we didn't get to come on, and then we didn't talk about it yesterday. So this is like almost a week old now. And this has been something that I've been asking for in our, Disney fantasy conversations that we have. Us lunatics. Hey, Kadani Sean in the house. What's going on, Kadani Sean? Yeah, Kadani Sean just got to know Pat Flynn. We just had a little conversation, well, a little comment back and forth. Big fan of Pat Flynn. His show usually goes right after this. It's now an hour later. When this show's over at 10 Central Time, he used to go live then. He's now at 11 Central Time. Just like us, we've got family things too. But anyway, when people have talked to me, you ask, but more than that, the YouTube community has asked, what would you do if you were Disney CEO? What would you do different, whatever? The thing that I come to the most is do another Haunted Mansion movie. The Haunted Mansion movie has so many opportunities. Now, we're going to talk about the old Haunted Mansion movie because I have lots to say, and I think you might too. And then we're going to talk about the Haunted Mansion movie that I would make. And I want to hear the Haunted Mansion movie that you would make. And I've talked about it on this show, Good Morning Disney, a few times, but I'll get into it a little more in depth. And that could be the whole show. My goodness, I got to be honest with you. We could talk about this all week. I have so much to say about this. But if we have some time at the end, we'll talk about the amazing Disney auction. There's been a couple of good ones recently. Van Eaton Galleries out in Southern California. What? Van Eaton Galleries out in Southern California has been doing a lot of Disney auctions over the past couple of years. And they had another one, and it was pretty good. So, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited about a Haunted Mansion movie? Is that David? Did I see David in here? David Cantrell in the house. What's going on, my man? I'm glad you are here. Welcome in. Tina McNeil, hello. How are you? The Haunted Mansion movie was amazing. It was hilarious. So, let's talk about the Haunted Mansion movie from back in the day. We're talking about Eddie Murphy, who loved it. Taylor liked it. Paula, what do you remember about the Haunted Mansion movie? Did you like it? Do you even have an opinion on it? What are your thoughts?
Well, I thought that it didn't, like the Haunted Mansion I knew was the one in Disneyland, and it didn't really like fit to me. But I loved that they tried, and I liked Eddie Murphy a lot.
Detroit Disney duo, Triple D in the house. What's going on? So Eddie Murphy's hilarious. It wasn't his best performance because, it was a Beverly Hills Cop, but it was pretty good. He's pretty funny.
Yeah. Definitely funny, and it was cute.
I think it's a kind of a Disney cult classic in that I think people enjoyed the movie. But I guess I'll just speak for me, and I want to believe that other people believe this too, but we'll see. It did not take the awesome storylines that are the Haunted Mansion and run with it. I mean, it could have been so much more. Do I enjoy it? Sure. Have I seen it multiple times? Of course I have.
So I would have went with more ghost stuff. Like the Hatbox Ghost isn't in there. A lot of the little ghosty guys aren't in there. It didn't have a lot of like our beloved ghosts that we love on Disney merch and Disney stuff.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, it's going to go through it. So the ghost host, just from Wikipedia, the ghost host serves as the unseen narrator of the attraction, the Haunted Mansion, heard in the stretching room and in the ride itself. Look, I've said this before. Here's how I would do this movie, and I know this is not how they're going to do it. Here's how, yeah, the Tower of Terror movie is pretty bad. Here's how I would do this movie. Like the book, not the movie, World War Z. Let me explain. World War Z started the whole zombie thing. I'm not talking about the movie, although I do like the movie. Amazing soundtrack. Love anything Muse does, and it was awesome. I actually enjoy that movie very much, but it is very unlike the book, which was disappointing to me. World War Z, the book, is a fictionalized account of years after the zombie apocalypse. And the author does a brilliant job of taking a whole bunch of little stories and weaving them together. It's not one narrative. It's not one conversation. It's not Brad Pitt and how he handles, again, good movie. Not the book. And I don't mind. Obviously, you can't make every movie a book, but the Haunted Mansion should be a bunch of different stories weaved in. Let me explain. When you are on the Haunted Mansion ride attraction, just like, hey, Linda, what's going on? Thank you. Thank you. She is adorable, huh? She's my favorite. She's having a meal right now.
She's eating.
She's having her bottle. Just like in the Pirates of the Caribbean. So the Pirates of the Caribbean movies are great for a couple of reasons. One of them being Johnny Depp's portrayal. It's a great franchise of movies. And they do take aspects of the attraction, Pirates of the Caribbean, and put it in there. But let's be real. It's a movie franchise about Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow. It is. Johnny Depp made it his. And that's what they tried to do with Eddie Murphy. And it can work. And it did work with Pirates of the Caribbean. It didn't work with with Haunted Mansion, did it? We don't have 14 movies. Now, the Pirates of the Caribbean added to it, and it added to the lore. Now we have the Black Pearl, and we have all those things, and that's great. And then they add them in to the attraction. Fine. That's not what I want. I would have rather, for the Pirates of the Caribbean, hard to go against Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, such great movies. But I would have rather had what I'm about to say for the Haunted Mansion, the scenes that are already in the attraction, put into a movie, made into cinema. And so here's what you do with the Haunted Mansion.
And that's kind of what I was expecting. And then I was like, oh wait, this isn't even close.
Here's how you make the movie, Disney. You take a map of the attraction, and it becomes your storyboard. It's not even hard. You take a map of the attraction. I want a stretching portraits room story. Let's be real. You could give me 4. Is there 4 stretching portraits? I think there's 4. You can give me 10 or 15 minutes on those 4. You give me a 20-minute movie on those 4 portraits, the story of those, you dig deep into that, do a prequel, do the event, do a post, 20 minutes on those 4. That's an hour 20 right there. Then you have 20 minutes before and 20 minutes after to set it up and to take us out. And you've got a 2-hour Haunted Mansion stretching portraits room movie. You can do the hallway scene where they've got the portraits that change.
The people staring at you.
I want to know the story. How hard is this? It writes itself. What's the next scene? I want a graveyard scene. I want the little shaky graveyard guy and the puppy. And I want to know his day. Give me his day. What happened an hour before? How did he turn out? Hey, Mouse Talk, what's going on? My buddy Mouse Talk in the house. My goodness, you've been blowing up, my friend. That's Walt. It could be Melissa, but that's Walt and or Melissa from Mouse Talk. They recently moved down to to Orlando right as Disney said, no, you can't come in.
Wow.
Timing is everything, right, buddy? But yeah, they're down there now. They're blowing up, doing live streams down there, and yeah, so great job, buddy. I'm really happy for you. I think the Haunted Mansion remake should be a murder mystery. It can still be Disney-esque, but still spooky, action-packed, and a good story. It can be based off the characters in the ride. That sounds like what they did last time, a murder mystery. I think you're probably going to get what you want. I don't think I'm going to get what I want, but I want a Madame Leota room. I don't want her in a ball running around in the car. I want where'd she come from? What's her story? Tell me more about the instruments in the room. What's her connection? That's what I want. I want I mean the hallway. What's down the hallway? See, the Haunted Mansion, the first one, sure we have the hallway, sure we have the graveyard, but it's just, oh yeah, let's make sure we have these, let's check it off the box. All right, move on, next scene. I really didn't like that at all. Tell me about the singing opera lady. Tell me about the busts, the singing busts. What were they? Give me the hitchhiking ghost. You could give me a whole movie. My goodness, people, it could be a whole franchise just on the hitchhiking ghost. The hallway is my favorite scene in this ride. Yeah, that's a great one. I don't even know what my favorite scene is. I mean, but you've got the attic in Walt Disney World. That's a whole movie. My gosh, that's 7 movies.
I like the party where the ghosts are dancing. And you look down on the ballroom.
Tell me about the party. Yeah, that's perfect.
At the table. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And then the other thing too, there's so much lore. There's so much backstory to the Haunted Mansion. Matter of fact, I think there's 3 or 4 backstories that they've never made canon. Disney had multiple stories. Hey, Corner Sports, what's going on? They've had multiple stories that they've accepted as the backstory. There's a nautical one. There's so many. There's so many. I mean, just the bride alone. Give me the story of the bride. That could be a whole movie. What's the matter, buddy? She's so unhappy. I want it to be more about that, and I think it lends itself to many, many, many opportunities. Yeah, the ballroom scene is spectacular. I haven't even mentioned, she did, but I haven't even mentioned my favorite character yet, the Hatbox Ghost. Come on. You give me a Hatbox Ghost movie in the style of Ichabod Crane, Sleepy Hollow. I am in. What do you guys think? I'm going to catch up in chat right now. I want them to use the scenes that we Disney nuts already love. We're already going to go see the movie, but it becomes the greatest Disney movie ever if they just make it about characters that we know. But what do we really know about the person who hung himself? What do we really know about the ghost host? What do we really know about any of the portraits? What do we know about the stretching portraits? What do we know about hitchhiking ghosts? What do we know about and a ghost follows you home? What do we know about they're back? I want to know all of this stuff. It could be, I just gave you 40 movies, Disney, and I know they don't need my help. They've got the smartest, most creative people in America working on it. But let me get caught up in chat. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think? Because I think what we're going to do, I think what Walt said he wants is what we had before and what we're probably going to get, a murder mystery, which is exactly what the original was. And I'm not going to call it a dud, but it's like when Jurassic Park is a great movie, right? Yeah. Do you know why it's a great movie? Because Michael Crichton wrote a spectacular book. You couldn't screw up Jurassic Park once they got to the technology to make a dinosaur on a movie. Once that part got there, thank you, George Lucas and all that. But once we got to be able to see a dinosaur that didn't look like, Land of the Lost, claymation, the story was spectacular. Yeah. So much so that they used it for 3 or 4 or 5 movies. The duds Jurassic Park movies, by the way, are the ones where they don't take the Michael Crichton, already base information. He wrote 2 books, by the way. There was plenty there. But every now and then they go off of script from Michael Crichton in the movies. Stinks. Because then it's just there for, image and light and stuff. So anyway, I want to hear from you guys. Let's see. Let me catch up in chat. If you're here, I appreciate it. Linda Seymour, Berthel in here. Thank you for saying that about the baby. It is odd that the screenwriters take the title and rewrite the book for their movie. Again, people want rom-coms. It's got to be a romantic comedy. It's got to be a CSI episode. It's got to be done in 20 minutes or we get bored. I just don't think so. I think they have the ability to do better than what they do with Pirates of the Caribbean. We all love Pirates of the Caribbean, but for me, they could, now that Johnny's gone, Johnny Depp's out, they could still go with this idea. I want to know about Carlos. Don't tell them, Carlos. I want to know about Pirate Princess Red. I want to know about the dang donkey. I want to know about everything. The scene, the first scene where they're on the beach and it's just the skeletons. Tell me about how they got there. I mean, I'm telling you, World War Z book style movie for these attractions works so well. That's what I think. What about a bunch of stories about people in the graveyard who might have been guests at the mansion? That's good. That's good. Triple D. I want to definitely know more about like the dude who put himself in, you know, the Edgar Allan Poe guy. He put himself in there and he's wrapping himself in there. Give me a little bit of that. I mean, there could be funny, there could be scary. I don't want it to be too scary. I don't want it to be like an adult scare movie, but I mean, obviously it's fun, but there's so much they can do with the source material, and the source material is our attractions. I like that picture 4. Yes, Jeff, I think you should be a direct. Man, don't we all think we could direct it though, right? Fine plan, Jeff the Imagineer. You know, I've talked to my mom and my wife about this more than anybody else. I'm a happy guy. I love our path. I love my life. I love the decisions we've made and the places that God has let us go. But I lived in Southern California. I'm not quite sure why I didn't just move up to Anaheim and go to work there. I could have taken out the trash for the first 5 years. And
yeah.
Don't tell me I wouldn't be an executive by now. Who knows, right? Who knows? They're very upwardly mobile for their people too. Like if you're bought in and you bust your butt, there's opportunities to move up. So I don't know. I never did it. Mouse Talk says the hallways favorite scene. I mean, I don't even know what my favorite scene is. It's hard for me to even say the Hatbox Ghost is my favorite character because I love them all. I love the Hitchhiking Boats. I mean, I've got an Ezra bobblehead, or not bobblehead. What is that thing? Funko Pop.
Funko Pop.
It's huge. It's right there. I want to hear more. I've got Hatbox Ghost hats everywhere. I mean, just looking around, I got Haunted Mansion characters in here.
You have a ghost in a jar somewhere too.
I have a ghost in a jar. Yeah, it's the Hatbox Ghost also. Love him. The other ones are on sale again, or at least they were like a week ago. I didn't let myself look too close. What about the dinner ballroom scene? Exactly. Tommy's in the house. What's going on, Tommy? I like the ballroom, dining room too. I always spent so much time looking down on the ballroom, I forget to look up. Last time I went out of the restroom, and it was so awesome. That's cool. Checked out the restroom. I never am happy at the end. I always am. I mean, happy, but I always think I should do it 2 or 3 more times. Like, yeah. You know, we've been talking about places. We've been talking about if we're going to go. We've got an October planned trip, and are we going to go? Is it worth it? Do we want to wear the mask? Is the heat going to be too much? All those things, right? With the crazy world, part of me wants to go and go to the parks because I looked at a video yesterday. It was actually haunted, or I'm sorry, it was Hollywood Studios, and the place is empty. And so I could really do some things. I could get some videos and I could ride some rides and check out. Like if I could go on Haunted Mansion 3 times in a row, I could see things better, right? But that's part of the magic of the Haunted Mansion. It's so detailed. There's so much more. You know, you go through which it doesn't matter, the graveyard scene, and you're not able to see everything, right? I'm excited 100% of the time when that ride breaks down and we stop. Except for every time it seems like we're in a bad spot. We don't see much. Yeah, we're on a curve. And it's usually around the talking Madame Leota ball. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Exactly. Let's see. I really would like a serious Haunted Mansion movie, not necessarily gory, but a thriller movie. I'm in there, Walt. I mean, I don't want it gory either because it's, you know, I'm a kid-friendly guy, and Disney World is, I mean, leave that to Universal. They can, you know, Freddy Krueger up something. But I hear you, and I think it really could be both. I really do. I think this franchise lends itself. I mean, the story kind of is a dark, scary-ish ride, and then it turns into funny, which is on purpose because, was it Mark Davis? Whoever brought it to Walt, they had the funny, crazy, you know, stories of the amazing kind of thing, and it's silly. I mean, it's only almost comical, almost circus-like at one point with the music and all that. But then there's the other scary aspect. So that works. And fun, you know, when you get scared, you laugh. That goes with it. You know, I don't want, you know, I want a bride story and she kills her husbands, but you can do it in a way that it's not terrifying. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, very much like Harry Potter. So remember the scene in Harry Potter where they talk about the what's the 3? The gallows. Remember when she's talking, the 3 of them are talking to Luna's dad, and he tells them the story about, what was it? The hollows? Can't even remember. Maybe. Where it was the stone and the invisibility cloak and all that, and they do the cartoony style, pretty cool art actually of the book, and I'm not remembering what it's called, but I can't remember what it's called. But regardless, they could do something where, you know, there's death there and he takes his thing and splat, but it's not scary, right? Like you could totally do something fun. Keith says a thriller version would be a lot better than a comedy version. I'm in on both. Even if the thriller would be murder mystery. You know, murder mysteries can be done well, but I would submit to you 9 out of 10 are stupid and corny. It is difficult to watch a movie made from a book, that you have read and loved. Exactly. None of the actors look or act like exactly. That's so true. I mean, which is probably one of the devices why Eddie Murphy wasn't a character in our beloved Haunted Mansion. Johnny Depp wasn't a character, So I don't know. It is what it is. Myers and the Mouse in the House, good morning to you. I'm glad you are here. Triple D says it could be like a movie, A Nightmare Before Christmas. Could be. Good morning, says everybody saying hi to Myers and the Mouse. What's going on? I agree. Deadly Hollows. Thank you. The Deadly Hollows. Yeah. So that whole version of the Deadly Hollows. And that's it could be a horrible story, but it's made and it's presented in a fun way. Part of your world, Adventures in the House. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Use those emojis. I like the psychological scary, not hack and slash. Yeah, I think that we've left Hitchcock behind. I think we have moved on from Hitchcock to Saw, and that's a shame. Morning, Mama. Ooh. So there you go. That's what I think. How we doing on the clock? Wow, we went a little long. We got about 20 more minutes. What do you think? I have talked the whole time. What are your thoughts on the new Haunted Mansion movie? Are you excited? What do you want to see? All that stuff.
I'm just excited to have another Disney movie come out. I mean, I hope it's better than the first one, but I'm just excited to have it. It'll be cool. And I want them to do more merch.
I mean, they'll do more merch.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you that. So let's look at the characters. So is this about the movie? I don't even want to talk about the movie here. So, okay, this is what I want to talk about. In 2010 at San Diego Comic-Con, so in 2010, 10 years ago, a teaser for a new Haunted Mansion film being produced by Guillermo del Toro was shown, in which Ian McShane provided the voice of the ghost host. Where did that go? Well, Guillermo del Toro got busy. Come on, can we just do a movie on the stretching portraits? The balding man, the old woman, the brown-haired man, the tight rope walker. I have comic books that are Haunted Mansion. There's so much depth to this. The changing portraits. You got the weird cat lady, you got the aging man, you got the Flying Dutchman, you got Edward the Black Prince, and you got Medusa. We could have a story about all of them. Hey, Amy, what's going on? And I want to know more. So let's just look at Edward the Black Prince. Here's what we know. And this is just from Wikipedia. A knight and his horse change into skeletons. The 2013 film also had a similar painting, but it was based on Napoleon crossing the Alps, while the same effect is applied on Napoleon Bonaparte at his home. Tell me about the knight. I mean, it doesn't have to be, and this might not be a whole movie, but hey, beautiful. Yeah. But I think there's just too much to not use. Madame Leota. She appears in the ride as a head encased with a crystal ball. She is the spirit of a psychic medium conducting an otherworldly seance in an attempt to summon spirits and assist them in materializing. Her ghostly head appears on a table in the middle of her dark chamber, from which she speaks incantations. Musical instruments and furniture levitate and make noises in response. She was played by blah, 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 blah. I want more. I want to know more. Why is she in the ball?
Why did she get in the ball?
Tell me give me your backstory. What's the reason they're doing any of it? Let's see. Phantom Manor, which is the one in Disneyland Paris, has Madame Leota, who is played. Who cares? Her incantations are different from those of the attractions in California, and they alternate between English and French. That's not what I wanted to tell you. There's so much here, though. Okay. There's a character named Zeke in the video games. Zeke Holloway navigates the mansion to restore peace in the residence and free her 6 friends. That's obviously the game. I think that the backstory about let's just find the Haunted Mansion backstory. So let's talk about that real fast. There's so much material that's already there that I want to know more about. The storyline. But again, if you just take the map of the ride, you've got your storyboard. I mean, how hard is that? There's my movie. That's the movie I want.
Billy says, what does it look like?
I mean, and it lends itself to song. You want to see?
He's like, what is that?
You want to see? No, you just want to look at me?
Ooh.
I love you. I love you. I don't necessarily need to be a musical, but Disney makes everything a musical. The songs are already there. Give me an update.
Yeah.
Give me an update. Hey, Pete McDevitt in the house. Morning all. Did Jeff cover what did it go? That he's losing a week one? Whatever. 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 You guys are the best grandparents in the universe. I love being a grandpa. Jeff wants to turn it into 8-movie series to cover every character full story. Yes. Andy for the win. What Andy said. Yes. I don't want them to take such a rich story, such a rich. If they take this huge pile of amazing stories that we all love, scenes, they're already scenes, and they try to stuff it into an hour 40, it's gonna suck again.
Right.
Who put her in the ball? What had she done to deserve being preserved inside? I want to know it all. I do. I mean, it could be about Leota. It could be about the bride. It could be about the stretching portraits. Maybe they all connect somehow. It could be about the hitchhiking ghosts. What is that? 5 movies? It could be something that ends in the ballroom scene. It could be something that begins in the ballroom scene. Expand the vignettes. Exactly. Exactly. I don't want them to try to stuff every piece. If you put every scene in the movie in little pieces, that's fine. It'll probably suck though. But I want, if they did a story and something was the central thing around it, and I think the bride should be the central piece of it, but it could be the Hatbox Ghost. It could be the hitchhiking ghost. I mean, if it's the hitchhiking ghost, it's a comedy. If it's the Hatbox Ghost, it doesn't have to be a comedy. Maybe the graveyard digger becomes our narrator. Obviously, the ghost host is the best narrator. Maybe the story's about the ghost host. Maybe the story's about the mansion itself. There's so many opportunities. I feel like I've done all the talking. What do you think?
I'm kind of like hanging out with Everly back here, keeping her happy.
Hey, Dean. Dean's in the house. What's going on?
She's getting restless.
Yeah?
The native is getting
What do you want us to do? You want to go on the Haunted Mansion with us?
Yeah.
No, I don't want
She
to.
said no.
No.
No, she won't like it for a little while. Reagan barely just now likes it.
What are they celebrating in the ballroom scene exactly? I mean, and there's so many layers to it. I mean, just watch any Disney Plus special on any of this. I mean, there's endless stories.
Yeah.
There's endless stories.
Ballroom right there would be, I mean, a huge party. And why are they all there still and dead? And what happened?
And dead. I mean, yeah. What say you guys? I want to hear from you guys in chat. Let me know what you guys think. Great reaction by it. She's my favorite. She's doing a lot of this now. Like, I'm not sure if she's trying to be a boxer or she's. Don't look at me. I'm not sure which one it is. What? I don't know that it's the best show ever when I just play with the baby, so I apologize. But I love her.
She's awake right now.
She's awake. What?
Here's Grandpa. He's so silly. He's so silly. Yeah.
I love you. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'm excited about the Haunted Mansion movie. I really am. Do you guys want to keep talking about this, or do you want to talk about there's other news. Let's get to the other news. Why am I asking that?
There's other news.
Disney files new permits for Animal Kingdom. You guys hear about this? Mm-hmm. Always giving credit where credit is due inside the magic.net. I don't want anyone to think that I'm the reporter here. They're the reporter. So permit near Restaurantosaurus, which is good news because just yesterday on the show and pretty much every time I talk about the Animal Kingdom on the show, I say, hey, fix Dinoland. And what I mean by fix Dinoland is get rid of it.
Fix Dinoland.
The first permit shows that there will be some general construction at 502 Restaurantosaurus Road. Did you know that's a thing?
No, I didn't.
Which is near Restaurantosaurus. I've never been in there. Actually, I hear people really like it. That might be fun to do someday. I probably never will. We're not completely positive what this means, but within the permit, Disney states it will provide labor, material, and other electrical for construction. It also mentions that the construction will be for Animal Kingdom backstage admin buildings. Who cares? Permit near Yak and Yeti. Don't you mess with the Yak and Yeti. I love me. My goodness. Ready? Fried rice. That's it.
Yeah. It's really good.
Fried rice. It is so good. Oh, I want some right now. Here we go. The next permit shows that there will be some electrical work being done at 870. I don't even know how to pronounce that. which is where the Yak and Yeti restaurant is located. Again, we are not quite positive what this work will entail, but the Disney states in the permit that it's for general current electrical. And then construction at Disney World. Well, yeah. Continuation of the overhaul work being done over in Epcot with Project G, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and the pylons. These permits fit in just well with the rest of the parks. Alongside the permit that was filed for Disney's Magic Kingdom related to the fireworks, there seems to be a lot going on over Disney World in Florida. There's a lot of projects. Obviously, there was another permit posted. We don't talk about the permits a lot here, but I read about them. There's a permit posted or made public just the other day about the drones. Disney was using the drones, I feel like it was 2 Christmases ago, in the one of the shows. I think that Disney has some plans coming for that. It certainly appears so in the permits they've been dropping. By the way, any baseball fans in here? Vin Scully just got on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. That's totally unrelated to Disney, but that's amazing, and I wanted to share that with any of my.
That's funny.
Yeah, I love Vin Scully's like my favorite person. Like, if Vin Scully ain't having something wrong, and he's not even. I mean, someday, not yet.
What's he doing?
I had more for you, and we could always talk about the auction, of course, which I kind of teased yesterday. There we go. Turtle Talk is closed. Do you love Turtle Talk?
Turtle Talk?
Yeah, with Crush. You love Crush.
I love Crush.
My kids love restaurant. What's that?
I really love the sea turtles anyways. They're one of my favorite parts of the Nemo movies.
Part of your world adventure says, my kids love Restaurant Source mostly because the kids' meals come in little buckets. Oh, do they? I didn't know that. They normally end up giving their sand buckets away to another kid after they ate. That's sweet. They love spreading smiles. I love that. Babies don't start storing memories until they become 3-year-old kids. Keith, she already knows that I'm her favorite, so I don't understand that. Turtle Talk, WDW News today. Turtle Talk with Crush at Epcot to remain closed through the end of the year. Cast members at Turtle Talk with Crush and Epcot previously stated the attraction was expected to open soon. They now say it will remain closed through the end of the year. I love it when we get information from cast members as if they know. The marine exhibit area of the attraction is still operating based on staffing. We spoke to cast members, which is what they do, which I'm going to make fun of, but whatever. I still read their stuff, right? Who said that there will be no more performances of the show this year. Many shows have not reopened, blah, 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 blah. Politics, blah, 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 blah.
Stuff and stuff.
Yeah, stuff and stuff. You guys want to get to the auction? I teased it yesterday. We should get to the auction, right?
The auction.
Mm-hmm. You weren't even here for that talk, were you?
No, I heard it, though. You can buy a monorail cart or something. No.
You can't. They already did.
Space Mountain's little spaceship or something that you ride in.
What sold for top dollar at Disneyland the first 65 years auction? By the way, Disney Pins Live every Friday night. Taylor's in the chat, or at least she was earlier. My co-host, me and her and Kelly. You need to be there. There's a bunch of good stuff this time. A whole bunch of pins have been dropping. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I'm going to read a little bit. Here it comes. On August 15th and 16th, over 1,100 artifacts of Disney Parks history were sold at the Disneyland the first 65 years auction at Van Eaton Galleries, Sherman Oaks, California. Mom, you still here? Sherman Oaks. Why did we ever move away? Including because it's California. Including rare products. Come on, there's some cool stuff there. Including rare props, park-used signage and costumes, vintage souvenirs, attraction posters, and many unique items. I showed you guys this picture yesterday, but for anybody who wasn't here or anybody who wants to see it again, come on. Having that Mark Twain thing on my wall, having a Space Mountain vehicle, having one of the portraits we just talked about. Are you kidding me? So good. Yeah, Taylor says, aye. Attractions Magazine was able to preview, and again, Attractions Magazine, I love them. I've had the editor on the show being Disney Creators Live a couple months back. Go check it out if you want. Just go on my page and search Attractions Magazine. Good hour 15 with them. It was a great time. Was able to preview the Disneyland auction in July, and there were quite a few items that caught our eye. Some of those went for top dollar, but others sold for less than we expected, including a collection of 27 black and white photos of the happiest place on earth. I love you. Under construction, taken by the Disney legend Milt Albright, which sold for $850. And we talked about that yesterday. I would love to go through those. I would love to see those and find my grandpa. And if you don't know why, I mean, I guess I can say it again. My grandpa worked there. The place opened in July of 55, and I guess he worked there in, I think, 54 and 55. I think it was for a year and a half. I never want to lie. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Lizzie in Disneyland, what's going on? Long time no see. Glad you're here. Continuing in the article, we were also intrigued by Albright's original 1955 cast member number 10 ID badge. You know, would my grandpa have had a cast member ID badge?
I don't know. I mean, it was before they opened, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Which sold for $8,500. By the way, I haven't even showed you something, Paula, and I haven't showed the people. I think it's time to show you. And a rare artifact from Disneyland's opening day, a gold VIP press ticket that sold for $5,000. See, I love this. Look at this. Oh, I can't show you. Never mind. A telemarketer was calling, and it actually said telemarketer. There's some pictures of some of the items, which is probably what you want to see, so I'll shut up and show you. Some of the photos we talked about. Pretty neat, right? I'll get caught up here in chat in 1 second. Among the original attraction props we highlighted was a loading sign from the short-lived Rocket Rods attraction that sold for $14,000.
Wow.
And a 1967 shrunken Atom Mobile. Remember that ride?
Yeah.
I do. From Adventure Through Inner Space. I actually got kicked off Adventure Through Inner Space. Really? It wasn't my fault. I was with a bunch of punks. I should tell that story. I've never told it.
Better friends.
They weren't my friends. Blame my mom. I'll talk about it. I've never talked about this on the show. So I should talk about that. But we got kicked off. We did. They were horrible. I would have kicked them off. Anyway, from Adventure Through Inner Space in Tomorrowland that sold for $7,500. The Phineas Pock Haunted Mansion Tombstone, one of only 6 stones that stood at the back of the original mansion, sold. How much do you think?
Wow.
$17,500. That price is particularly noteworthy because the tombstone had been used as someone's front yard Halloween decoration for the last 50 years. So hundreds of trick-or-treaters have passed by this piece of Disneyland history without realizing its value. And there it is. It's pretty cool, right? Once on board, please fasten your seatbelt. Stow all loose articles in the side storage bucket. Thank you and have a great trip. And then the pod to go into the Atom. I don't think I would even want that, to be honest. We expected the one-of-a-kind pitch book for the proposed McDonald's sponsorship for Brer Rabbit Splash Mountain to bring in the big bucks, and it did. And a winning bid of $3,250. We also predicted the e-ticket item on the Disneyland auction would be an original opening year 1977 ride vehicle from Space Mountain. I remember being a little kid, and Space Mountain was the thing, which was expected to sell for $50,000 to $60,000, but it only went for $42,500. There's another picture of an item. That's the McDonald's Splash Mountain sponsorship proposal.
Somebody's getting finished.
Oh, we got 4 more minutes. Yeah. You can go if you want, but we got 4 minutes. There were some real special pieces in this auction, like the Main Street mailbox that started at $2,000 but went for $25,000. Are you leaving? Mm-hmm. Bye, beautiful. Bye, little baby. I love you. Bye, Everly. Bye, Everly. Ow! Bonk my nose. You hear the bonk? That was my nose. Or the Somebody Earl original Sleeping Beauty Castle concept painting that was started at $15,000 and went for $39,000. Here's the top 5 items. Disneyland Mickey-eared lamppost. That's pretty cool, right? Original 15-foot tall lamppost illuminated Disneyland Park for 10 years. 2000-2010, it sold for $38,000. The Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough concept art. I could do a whole video on this stuff. The original concept art for Sleeping Beauty went for $39,000. Fun fact, Walt asked the Imagineers to find a creative use for the empty space in the castle, so they came up with the idea for a walkthrough featuring dioramas that tell the story of Sleeping Beauty, which was still in production at the time. Number 3, original Space Mountain attraction vehicle, which we've already talked about. It's pretty cool. $42,500, completely refurbished, sold much lower than expected, making it a bargain for the owner, according to Attractions Magazine. Number 2, Don DeFore's Silver Banjo entrance sign. From 57 to 62, Don DeFore's Silver Banjo Barbecue was a popular restaurant in Disneyland's Frontierland. This is way before my time, mainly due to its host, the famous film and television star Don DeFore. I vaguely remember hearing about this, but I don't know much. The banjo-shaped lighted sign that was displayed in DeFore's home after the Silver Banjo closed sold for $45,000. I don't think there's a picture of the banjo here, but there's a picture of a bunch of the items. If it can... If it will... All right, sorry, I guess it doesn't want. The original Haunted Mansion stretching portrait, the original, and then there's a few. An original is a better way to say it. Hand-painted canvas stretching portrait from the Haunted Mansion in Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World took the auction's top spot with a winning bid of $72,500. Fun fact, the stretching portraits were designed by Imagineer Mark Davis, who I mentioned earlier, who first introduced the idea with Walt Disney on the Disneyland television show over 4 years before the attraction opened at the park. I think the stretching portrait has got, I mean, it went for the highest. It's got to be the best thing. Why won't I get this to focus? All right. We got 2 more minutes on the show. I was going to show this to Paula. Last thing, I'm going to end with the show. If you stay to the end, you get to see this. I bought this on eBay. One of those things, you know, on eBay where you can set those alerts. My daughter bought me a name tag with my name on it on Etsy. You know, you can put your name on it. And it's not original. It's somebody made it for me. This has been something that I've been close to buying. And they come up now and then, but they don't come up that often. And it's fun because there's a whole bunch of different kinds, right? The name tags are different. So at Disney during the Light Magic, and I don't remember the time, I'll look it up. I knew it at one point. Somebody had a name tag. And this is an original one, and I'm really excited about it. So I have one that was made on Etsy for me that my daughter bought me for Christmas a few years ago. And it was one of my favorite Christmas presents. But this is an actual real one from some staff, some cast member. And I plan on having a collection of these with all the different, you know, like now you see them, like now it's even more common to change them up. They'll have a Galaxy's Edge one, and they'll have a, you know, Animal Kingdom one, whatever they change. But I want them all, let's be real. But I want the old ones. And this is, I want to say it's mid-90s. I don't remember, to be honest. I looked it up at the time. It's pretty fun, right? Too bad this guy wasn't named Dole Whip Dad, but my name's actually Jeff, so that's kind of cool too. So I love it. I'm in love with it. I haven't even showed her. I'm gonna get caught up in chat now and say goodbye. We're really right at the time mark. So Mama Mouse, I'm assuming you're going. If you're interested in the Pat Flynn, because I always promote Pat Flynn show, he's not going at this time anymore. He's going an hour later. His kids are back in school, so things have changed. So those of you who are following my show and going over there, he'll be live in an hour, not right now. Just want to promote myself real fast before I say goodbye to everybody in chat, and respond to any questions or comments that are in there that I may have missed. Hey, LSU Mom, what's going on? Hey, Misty, what's going on? Hey, Linda. So Friday night, Disney Pins Live, Monday through Saturday. Good Morning Disney, 9:15 our time, 10:15 Eastern time. Disney Pins Live on Friday, and then Sunday night, 2 shows. Disney Creators Live with that crazy, no, with who? That Disney girl. I couldn't think of it. And then obviously Creative Talk Live on Sunday night. Hope you stick around for all of those. Let me say hi to everybody in chat who I missed, and then we will say goodbye for the day. Lizzie Disneyland popped in. I'm at work, but just wanted to swoop in and say hi. I'm glad you did. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you. Michael and Bella's Travel Channel. I'm glad. Yes, please. That's right. Are those on display at Marceline? Which ones? What are you talking about? I haven't even done my Marceline. I have a video coming up on that. It's still on my phone. I haven't pulled it out yet. Tommy's here. Loved the Haunted Mansion when I was a kid. My aunt and uncle lived in the house Lizzie Borden moved. Really? My aunt. So Tommy from Corner Sports is saying, what? My aunt and uncle lived in the house Lizzie Borden moved to after she was found not guilty. Real life Haunted Mansion. The house is called. No way. Tommy, that's cool. Jeffy, you're out here, Cali, or I'm in Fort Worth actually. I'm in Fort Worth. I wish I was. Well, I'm from Southern California. I lived in San Diego. I was born in LA, the LA area, but I lived in San Diego from the age of 4 to 10 years ago, and we moved out here to Texas about 10 years ago. So we're right in the middle now, which I love. I love it here, but there's no Disney. That's kind of a creepy place to live. I know, right? That's kind of cool. LSU Mom's in the house. What's going on? Saying Norris from Disneyland. Everyone had everybody saying goodbye. Have a great day, everyone. Everybody saying goodbye. I think I caught everybody in chat. I hope I didn't miss you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love the show. Again, if you're just tuning in, if you stayed for the very end on the live show, or if you watched all the way on the replay, thank you. Team Replay, if you stayed to the end on the replay, you are uber fan, and I appreciate it. Again, we're getting about the same amount of views on the replay as we are live now, and I'm not sad about that at all. But if you want to interact live, you need to be here at 9:15 Central Time when we do it live Monday through Saturday. I think that's it. think we got everything. I'm going to go downstairs and hug on the baby and actually do some work today. Pretty excited about it. Some stuff you guys would be interested in, but I'll tell you after the fact. I think that's it. Thank you for being here. Have the best day ever. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun. Storming the castle. See you soon.